Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to take a moment and to do this tarot reading for actor Rowan, and because I heard the news that he's leaving the group that he was part of, that it's SF9, to concentrate on his acting career, I believe. So yeah, I haven't read for him, I believe, in my channel, but I do know his work. I do like his acting. Um, so I think that it would be a great moment to pull cards for him to see how he's doing with this decision, with these changes. So yeah, this is my first time reading for him. I hope that the fans enjoy it. If you're a fan, I would appreciate your feedback because I don't know much about him. I know about SF9, but I haven't been that into the group. So I remember the last time I saw them was on Kingdom, but yeah, but Rowan, definitely I know his work. So yes, let's begin with the cards that he got. We start with the Two of Pentacles, the Fool, Eight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and then the Star card. And then from the Oracle, he got the card of Moon in Leo, Appreciation. Definitely a lot of pentacles in here, a lot of pentacles. The guy is very practical. The guy is very much about results, working and getting results, and also being better and better and better, and being a perfectionist at his work. I believe he's always busy. Like, it seems like, there's a project after another and another. But I also think that for him in this period of his life, he definitely do need like a new, fresh start, because we start with the Two of Pentacles. You know that um, in this tarot deck is called, the keyword is find balance. So definitely, if I think about the Two of Pentacles, there's something about him being in this process, or probably in the last few months, he had been in a very rigorous process of trying to find balance between, probably being with the group, or trying to be more present, or trying to be, like, updated, and also having a lot of activities as an actor. So definitely I think that in this guy, it does give me the vibe that he's a very consistent person. I believe he is this sort of person that he doesn't want to miss any activity. He doesn't want to be late. He doesn't want to leave people waiting for him. He doesn't want the fans to leave the fans hanging, or disappointed. I believe he takes his craft and his work very seriously. So I think that maybe he couldn't. I believe this decision comes from a place of, like, okay, I need to find the right balance between being an idol and being an actor, because both I cannot do. Either I focus 100% on one, or I focus on the other 100%. But there's something about him, maybe him for a very long time trying to juggle, because if you do remember, in the traditional Rider White, we do have the Two of Pentacles images, and the scenario is it's a person juggling two coins. So I think that for Rowan, he had been juggling for a while, for a long time, and I believe he done well. I believe he didn't want to miss any opportunity. He's very grateful. He's very open, but there's something about trying to accommodate himself to this new beginning. I believe that the guy is doing very well when it comes to his acting. Like, it seems like, you know, the better acting he's able to, to give, to do, the more time and effort is required of him because he has to practice more, because he has to rehearsal more, because he has to maybe learn new techniques. There's something about him going deep and deep and deep into detail when it comes to acting. This is not just about him doing a superficial appearance and just being pretty and just like being there, and being just all glamorous. This is not a photo shoot. This is not like going on a runway. This is more about him having a presence when it comes to his craft and when it comes to his acting. Maybe his acting demands of him to express very raw emotions, to go very deep, to work on certain details to make it as believable and as faithful as possible. So the guy, I see him working already. Like, honestly, he's super busy. He's super busy. Emotionally, I don't see any emotions. Like, I only see him that he wants to be as responsible as possible, and that, yeah, he's also building a stability. This is why he got all these pentacles, because probably his acting career gives him this sense of stability, gives him this sense of belonging. Like, okay, I feel like when I'm in the acting, when I'm being an actor, I feel a retribution. I feel like there's a fair give and take. Maybe he gets really good reviews or he gets really good feedback, so he feels a sense of like, wow, that sense of like, I feel accepted, I feel appreciated. And for him, it's like that has, like, an overwhelming feeling of, wow. Like, I started with zero expectations and now I'm here. I have a full career of this. It's amazing how he starts with the Two of Pentacles, and then we move on to the Eight of Pentacles, and we have the Seven, the Six of Pentacles. He keeps like adding more and more and more to his effort. Now he is a true professional and he's been recognized for this. And this is something that for him it seems like this is very important. This is something that has like surpassed all his expectations. But he's very proud. He wants to grab this moment of being like, okay, wow, like I'm connecting with awareness. I'm becoming aware that this is where my new me is. It's not that he's like leaving something because, oh, I was unhappy, because I didn't get what No, this is more about, literally, this is more about growing. This is more about expansion. This is more about, recognition, and also accepting that you cannot be in life juggling two positions, because both of those positions demand a lot of a person. Being an idol and being an actor are two things that maybe you can manage if you are like, yeah, you do it every once in a while. But I believe from what I'm seeing here that the possibilities, the work is multiplying for him. So definitely the guy is just one person. He cannot do everything. And also he cannot expect people to stop their activities because he cannot make it. There's something about him being very sensible in here, and honest. And also he's full of gratitude, And then when we see that also the Fool card, that also is a card that the keyword is trust. So yeah, is he jumping to the unknown? Is he like taking this great leap of faith? Yeah, he is. For him, it wasn't easy to make this decision, to choose. But once he has done it, he feels a huge sense of liberation. And he's allowing himself to trust the process and also to trust that he's doing the best he can with his talent. That his talent is being put to a good use. Maybe I personally, as you know, as a spectator, I do love his work. I don't know about the other people. I'm sure the fans support also his acting roles, but it's very different. When you have, for example, fans that support your work because you are part of a group, and it's very different when maybe people that don't know nothing about him being part of a group, but they do know about him being an actor and they do appreciate his acting skills. And I think that this is the feeling, like he is really being appreciated for him being an actor. Like he's getting a lot of recognition. It's not just because he's part of a group, he's like, a lot of people love what he does. And maybe he's getting also a lot of praise from his colleagues, or from people that he admires, or from these actor or actresses that had been part of the industry for a while. So he's like, wow, yeah, I'm jumping into the unknown. I'm taking this leap of faith, but I believe I'm going to be fine. Because he's a very devoted guy. He cannot be cut in half. He cannot be half and half in life. He has to make a decision. And also he's working. Like I see this with the Eight of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles. The guy is working at the moment. He's like super busy. He's learning new skills. He's working on himself. He's super busy. It's like, I'm even like amazed that he had the time to write this letter, because honestly, like it seems like he already has another project on the way. This is why I don't see emotions. Maybe he eventually, that I don't know, a year from now he will be able to talk about this moment that he's experiencing it, and maybe yes, talk about how he feels inside, or how this emotion feels. But now he's super busy, guys, and he's so thankful for the opportunities. So I think that yeah, we should support him. But see, he feels fulfilled in this acting, in him being an actor. He has the Six of Pentacles, that is give and receive. Whatever he puts his efforts into, he gets the fair, he receives the fair, and it's so like, and I believe that even the payment is good. Here I don't see much about money, but there's something about a fair retribution that, I don't know what is the status or the situation with SF9. I don't know how, what company they are under, or how they are being managed as a group. But there's something about him being like, okay, here, me being an actor, here I receive plenty of what is fair. I give back this amount of effort, and I get this retribution, and it's instantaneous, and I don't have to force it, and I don't have to beg for it, and I don't have to be anxious about it. I just receive it. It's like an instant gratitude and retribution, and he feels so comfortable with the idea of like, okay, I can count my efforts, and I also can count the times that I have been receiving the feedback, the money. I don't I don't know, guys, but it feels like very, very. He's finding the balance that he's looking for, and he will find it eventually. The guy is going places. The guy is doing very well, and he keeps working because I don't see him like getting comfortable with the idea of like, oh yeah, I'm doing well, and yeah, I'm just happy. No, he's like keeps perfection in himself. And then he has the star card. So, is his destiny? Honestly, I think that this guy is answering his calling. His calling is being an actor. Like, I mean, the star literally means a star quality. Like you are going to be famous. But choosing acting over a group, I think that in this case the cards are like this is meant to be. This is destiny. This is for him. And it's amazing that he has the the ability to see it and to do something about it, instead of overworking himself or just feeling so worried or feeling so guilty or feeling so caught up between two realities. I think that he's been very responsible, very respectful, and this says a lot about his character as well. I get this vibe of like, okay, this guy is. And also, he's very well advised. I don't know if it's his own intuition or if it's that he has good advisors or people around him, but the guy is making the right choice. Then from the oracle, he got the card of Moon in Leo, appreciation. So, see, this is, I believe that also is connecting with appreciating himself. It's an act of loving himself, treasuring his value, treasuring his talent. It's a way of not getting too greedy or ambitious and being like, okay, I will do all. I will be this and I will be this. No, because actually his activities could eventually like pile up and they could like, interrupt one another, and it's going to get ugly. He's going to get a stress, and he's not going to be able to give the 100% that he wants to give. So I think that this also talks about him being a professional and him taking seriously these opportunities and him knowing exactly what his role is about and what is being demanded of him, what is expected of him as a professional. And also the kind of appreciation is like also having a bit of pride in himself. This is why it's Moon in Leo. Is appreciating that you are very famous right now, that you are doing very well, that you're shining. This is why he also got the star card. He is a star. So it's time to actualize. He needs, this is very Leo also, he needs this self actualization. He's not the same guy that started a few years back. He's not the same guy. He has grown. He had expanded his potential. He has a new potential. And he's using it to entertain people, to go on stage, to be in front of a camera, to shine, to move people's hearts. So he's doing his purpose in life. So this is about him also like connecting with like, yeah, this is a new me. This is a me that is getting bigger and bigger. Like honestly, like, I think that his destiny is expanding, his opportunities is expanding, his view is expanding. Also his heart, he's connecting with the joy of doing what he loves. So he's becoming much more himself. And of course, he shouldn't be apologetic for being himself and also for being talented. Um, but I think that these moments are all about him welcoming this new self, this new era for him. And also, I believe that here with the card of appreciation, I believe that the fans are going to support him because there's a lot of love for this guy. Everyone loves him because they appreciate his efforts. You know, he's not a lazy guy. You know, he's not someone that is taking things for granted. You know, he's someone that he's very passionate about what he does and honest. This is why he's making this decision, you know. He's trying to find the balance. He's trying to be more committed. He's trying to get his energy to focus. And also he's trying to be a better entertainer, you know, a better performer. So he needs to focus his energy, definitely. So yeah, this is going to be great for him. This is going to be great. And I think that, you know, when I see the star card here, the keyword of the star card in this deck is called heal. So I definitely feel like he's healing a part of himself. I don't know if maybe, because also with the moon in Leo card, you know, appreciation, there's something also about him connecting with his self-value, with his self-esteem. And being like, you know, now you're doing very well. Recognize it. Own it. Heal. Heal. Like you have the self-worth now. You are worth it now. So I don't know if he maybe in the past he dealt with the rejection, or he felt like he wasn't good enough, or that he was lacking, or maybe in the beginnings of his career people made him believe that he wouldn't go anywhere, and he made it. So there's something about him, about this with the card of heal and appreciation. It's about like you are a star. Appreciate it. Appreciate yourself. Because your body, your whole essence is your tool. So take a moment to appreciate where you are. You are loved. You are a star. You deserve it. So it's beautiful, guys. This is all I have for him. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.